Hello and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Let's just get right into things as per usual. Get to see this man eating his lunch up on top of a crate. You know, that's where I'd eat lunch if I had the opportunity. Of course, not a lot of fucking pallets or crates where I'm at, but that's just because I just don't work on a construction site. You know that one picture, that one singular picture that just exists everywhere of like the construction workers eating on like a fucking steel beam floating in the sky off of a crane in like with the backdrop of New York City on it. You know that one? Man, those dudes must be fucking crazy. Right? Right? Alright, here seems like a reasonable drive for us from San Rafael to Primm. No, it shouldn't be too bad. It's not the longest we've ever done. But this may be the longest reversing we've ever done. You attaching those plows I just delivered last time? Nice. Get your farming truck simulator up in here. You know, someday, I wish for people to combine games. You know, just out of the kindness of the heart, because it'd be so fucking stupid to have synergies of, like, some games. Like, like, well, for example, you have, like, the simulator game, so maybe you want a little bit of, some farming simulator, like 2015 up in here, like, you can, like, plant the wheat, but then you gotta have someone to deliver the wheat. Why not you, am I right? Why not also be able to drive whatever you're growing? Whether it's drugs or not, that's fine by me, but, then you deliver that, and then maybe you gotta have somebody, like, process it in a factory, and although maybe not, I don't know if like a factory simulator exists, but maybe someone needs to get the workers to the factory, so why not add a little bit of OMSI bus simulator up in there, right? Right, it's just a whole lot of fun. Train simulator to commute more freight and more people, just in a slightly different way. Oh, look at that. We've got a stupid fucking game right here. Although, as far as I know, it probably already exists on like some shitty mobile game. It's just like some stupid quality like, oh, we've got to get the workers to the factory. Tap on your phone screen to get the bus schedule. It's like you gotta get your workers there in the next 5 minutes. Pay $250 to do it. It's like, okay. I think a lot of people give. We gotta turn on the music before I go crazy just listening to my own voice. There we go. Anyway, I think some mobile games are a lot more interesting than people give them credit for. Because there's the people who are like, oh, they're all just a bunch of fucking bullshit nonsense that have no purpose, and it's like, that's a little harsh. Am I right? Even though certainly there are a lot of games that rely on microtransactions and may not have the greatest, most original concepts of all time. It's not exactly what the phone is for, right? You're just sort of there. It's like, what do you use your phone for? You use it when you're bored, and you just got like few minutes to spare in between stuff, or maybe you just want something to do. So then you play a phone game. There's the obvious ones that are really bad, like I don't remember the name of it, but it was a couple of years ago, like that remake of like that really well liked game from like the early 2000s got remade into a mobile port where like literally everything was microtransactions. But anyway, there's the good games out there too. You gotta get like your Plants vs Zombies, your even stuff like Clash of Clans, which is free to play microtransactions stuff, is fine. I played Global Outbreak Doomsday on when it came to Steam a couple years back. It was fine. It could have used some work for sure. You could obviously you can see it's mobile like originality there, but it was okay. They put effort into it. That's all that matters sometimes, man. You gotta give people a little more credit. Of course, there's the games that you might as well just be going on like fucking addictinggames.com in like the early 2000s to play the same thing as on mobile. I've seen things like that. But sometimes you just gotta be a smart consumer and don't buy those things. Same thing applies for all other systems. You gotta be a smart man with your money, or woman. I'm not saying that the man has to make all the money or anything. Oh, we're now going a whole different direction. You know, it's like, you gotta make good decisions, you gotta make bad decisions. You gotta inform yourself on what the game is like. If it's for you, then that's fine. We have to turn left here, which may be a problem because we're not in that lane. Woo! Left. Okay. We did it. Have we been down here before? I don't even remember. So I was just reading up before I started this about some American Truck Simulator news, because I'm like, hey, I wonder when anything's gonna happen. So Arizona is a free DLC that'll come up in like the next couple of months or something. And so they don't have a release date, but they said they have some good work ahead of them, which, you know, it's a little scary, because like you know, I want all of the USA to exist, man. How much fun would that be? You know, at least in Euro Truck Simulator, it's only been out for a couple years, but they have most of Europe. I think France DLC is coming out next for that game or whatever, but hey, it's something. Then this one, you know, we're gonna have 3 states, which are like the size of the Europe, but that's a different story. I think back in like elementary school, we had some people from like fucking Latvia come in for some goddamn reason, like to an assembly to talk about Latvia to us. They're like, you can fit 55 Latvias inside the state of Minnesota. I'm like, God fucking damn. What do you, like, drive 15 minutes across the country and you're there? It's like, ugh. Fucking European casuals don't understand the tranquility of what is going on here. Oh, he refuses to move. That would, alright. That was weird. I don't know, maybe, how'd I take damage on the trunk? And I don't even know anymore. I just really want to get through this fucking intersection, man. Oh my god, we're gonna be here forever. We don't have time for this goddamn Mickey Mouse bullshit. Oh, I don't want to run into that sign either. They make life so hard, and there's a cop right here who's just gonna arrest us. Fuck it, we're going for it. Oh my god, this is a goddamn disaster. Please, let me through. Let me fucking through. Right now. Right now. Right now. Like, right the fuck now. Back the fuck up. Slow the fuck down. Anyway. So, I just wanted my dreams of a fully American Truck Simulator, right? But it's like, nah, bruh. They're gonna release paid expansions as long as it's monetarily beneficial to them. Of course, I understand that. That's what businesses do. But man, what am I gonna have to pay like fucking $10,000 per expansion pack, and I'll be the only one buying it? I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know. I should check that. I should check whether American Truck Simulator is holding up to Euro Truck Simulator too. In terms of players, at least now, I know this game's a lot more new, but after a month, you think it might have calmed down if people played this shit. But like Euro Truck Simulator 2, I assume there's... Whew, baby, that was close. Oh my god. Alright, anyway. Good old-fashioned Steam charts. This is really hard on my phone, because this is going to be a lot of typing. Steam charts, yep, steamcharts.com, great website for finding some data on who's playing, like what the peak players are, the most played games. It's a fun little website. American. Just hit go because I assume that'll register as American Truck Simulator. Current players 2,642. That is a slight negative. The 30-day average was 7,295. I assume that was sort of peak players since the game's only been out for a month. Alright, so about 2,500 people. What about Euro? Not Woro. Euro. Euro Truck Simulator 2 has only like 500 people less, but it has a higher 30-day average. For a game that's been out for like 2-3 years, that's pretty damn good. I've seen a lot of games, games that just fall off immediately, but I guess there's enough truck enthusiasts on Steam to be playing this. maybe that's in part because there's just so much area to travel, so many unique things about the area of Europe that just bring people back. Maybe there's more truck enthusiasts in Europe than America. I don't know. I'd really love to see more content. That's just all I'm getting at here. This drive has so far been bad. Just saying. We are gonna have to get gas and probably take a nap at some point, right? Yeah. Oh, the life we lead when we're just sitting here in our pajamas at like midnight, driving a truck. I see you out there. What's up? So how was your Thursday, Wednesday, day? How was your day? There we go. I spent most of today, just being by myself. You know, I like taking days off from talking to people too. I think I hit E and turned off my engine. That was a whoopsie daisy. But I you know, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't really want to interact with anybody. I'm just gonna go get my shit done, come back, and watch a bunch of kung fu movies, right? Fuck yeah! There's something about fucking Chinese, like, kung fu martial arts movies that just get me, man. They bring the best and the worst and the emotions. It's so cathartic to watch them. It's like just the sheer coolness of it. Like, it's in although at least all the ones I watched today were in Chinese. Yeah. Well, there was some with some Japanese and some English in it too. But anyway, you know, it's just like the choreography of the fighting. Oh, it's so good. It's so amazing. It's fucking badass. I think it's like way more badass than, you know, like typical Hollywood action movies with the guns and the Arnold Schwarzenegger and the. It's like, all those are cool. They just don't get the sense of like up close and personal fighting. You gotta. It's so beautiful. It really is sort of like an art, like a martial art. You feel me? Then, like, you know, the stories, some are better than others, clearly. But, you know, I watched like 3 kung fu movies today. The first was the last Stephen Chow movie I had to see on Netflix, The King of Beggars, which was one of his better ones. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. The jokes were a lot more universal than something like Justice My Foot, which was based off of historical Chinese law, which I just had no knowledge of, and it didn't explain anything to me. I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. I was like, we need to behead him because he lied in court. It's like, what are you people talking about? What's his punishment? We have to chop off his ears. And it's like, what? No, what? Hello? Anyway, and then there was like his wife in that movie was like a Shaolin monk or something, but that's every Stephen Chow movie. Anyway, so, you know, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty funny. It was also kind of sweet, but it had that good old Stephen Chow fantastical wonder and mysticism in it that just made it a fun movie. Of course, that was probably like the oldest movie. Yeah, that was definitely the oldest movie. That came out in like 1992. And then there was what, Wrath of Goljar, no, Volgir, Wrath of Vager, I can't remember of it. If you just type like Wrath of blank, it'll show up. But anyway, it's like a 2013 more recent action movie. The plot was certainly a little bit silly. Something about like a fucking Japanese death cult that trained people to be martial arts fighters. Something to that extent. To crush the Japanese spirit. Or something like that. Or the Chinese spirit, sorry. I wouldn't want to get that confused, you know, Empire and stuff. So that was weird. Like, the plot was confusing, but, the acting was okay. But they were all certainly fucking ripped, that's for sure. And the last scene just had to be with their shirts off in the rain. They were, like, ripped. Anyway, yeah, you know, the fighting was still a lot of fun to watch. It was really cool. it's just the choreography is so perfect. It's like the most. It's just throwing enthralling. It gets you in there, gets you watching. It's like yeah, I feel you. You know, I don't know if anybody can ever top like Jackie Chan movie choreography, because in like some of his early movies when he just had like these mass group fight scenes, it was sort of like a fucking dance. They'd all be doing their own like martial arts stuff, and it was just beautiful to watch them all work in sync. Dude, just it's amazing. Something and stuff like Project A, Project A2. It's like oh yeah, Jackie Chan, I love you. Anyway, the third movie I watched was what, like Yeep Man. In English I would have read it as Ip Man, but I think that said phonetically differently because it's a name. It's like Yeep Man or something. I don't speak Chinese. You know, that was probably the best movie. It was a semi-biographical drama of a guy named Ip Man who was like mentor to Bruce Lee. You know, fuck off with the speeding tickets and shit. But anyway, it was really dramatic. You could really feel he was a really good actor. And it was fun, but all the action was still there. Right? That's what you want. It was really nice fighting too. There, of course, wasn't as much fighting as some of the other movies, like Wrath of Vagina. I don't remember, and King of Beggars, but it was really sweet and touching to see this weird flippy flappy. This good old man. And his lack of subjugation to the Japanese Empire during the invasion before World War II. Anyway, you know, it's just really cool. I love it. Okay, this sucks, man. I just want to go, but everything is preventing me from just going. My God, 20 hours. We need to go to sleep, and I'm salty as fuck now because these cars are so slow, and I don't know how long we've been here. Huh. Awkward. Anyway, I just love some good old martial arts films. Although once you get into like Steven Seagal martial arts, I think you're straying a bit too far from the focus. I'm not trying to rip on like Steven Seagal, but I don't think he would win in a martial arts fight. I don't know though. I heard it's gonna snow again on Friday or some bullshit, man. What the fuck is going on, weather? You wanna pick something? Pick a goddamn season right now. It was like fucking 60, like last Sunday or something. It's like what the shit? Last weekend it was like 50 to 60 degrees. Like, man, that's like fall spring weather, and it stayed up there, you know, like 30s, 40s. That's like typical March weather, and now it's gonna like, it was down to like 3, and then it's gonna snow again. It's like, man, pick up your fucking mind. Jesus, it's like, what am I gonna do here when the weather's trying to fuck me? Cars wouldn't start a couple like yesterday or whatever. That was a pain in the ass. Gotta jump my raggedy bones. Holy shit, man, bless this ravished body. Oh, that line is so perfect. In the most British voice possible, so it's like, holy shit, man, bless this ravished body. So good. Oh. Whee. Oh, crack my neck. Alright, so, you know, in the Wrath of Blankety Blank, I just remember that, while the plot was confusing, there were, like, Americans who spoke Chinese and knew martial arts or something. I'm like, how many people do those exist, right? Like, American, European, and also speaks Chinese and also knows martial arts choreography. I don't know if the number of people all that high were. They are. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you if they were speaking Chinese very well either. Tumbleweed! Tumbleweeds! Oh, so lovely. Anyway, because far be it from me to judge people's languages, but Chinese just sounds not all that pretty. Like, it's harsh, it's all over the place, and it just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. You know, other languages like Japanese is fine. Other Asian languages, they're all fine. It's like, what the fuck did Chinese do? It's so funka sounding. I don't even know. I don't mean to offend anybody, but like Norwegian also sounds kind of silly to me. Tried to watch a couple Norwegian films. It was very funny. It's just an interesting language. It's not bad sounding. It's just sort of Swedish Chef. Anybody play that home improvisation game? You know, the one where you build IKEA furniture, except in a silly way. You have to like connect the pieces and use tools, and it's just a madness shit. You like try to stack the highest tower of IKEA furniture. It's pretty funny. Ugh. Scratching my eyeballs. That's not actually happening. I'm just rubbing them. I'm not scratching them. That'd be all too disturbing. Oh man, you know that is just, I don't like things in my orifices, really. Is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my mouth, you put food there, and that's about the extent of it. But like ears, eyes, nose, like get out of there. I don't want you there. Ew. And eye surgery just terrifies me if that ever happens. Where you gotta like keep your eye open so you can't be like under a full anesthetic where you're like knocked out. You obviously have local anesthetic so you don't feel the needle in your eyeball and then just lose your shit. It's like, still, man, you gotta stare straight at that fucking needle because it's going in your fucking retina. You gotta look at it. There's no avoiding it. It's like, no, get that needle out of my eyeball. Ugh. I don't really like. I don't clean my ears really. It just freaks me out. And I heard earwax is, like, you know, it's good for you, so no reason to get rid of it. Ugh. You know, if anybody like brings up putting anything after my urethra, that's of course a big no-no too. Stay away from my dick hole. Alright, let's take a nap. Wake back up at 2 p.m. Ooh, how I wish I could sleep like that sometimes. And then we will pull out and continue on our merry way. Merry. Jason! Press X to Jason. Woo! You know, I assume people have heard of like the Bloody Mary rumor myths, you know, because it's just brought up in popular culture, right? And I assume it came from like something in the 80s or some shit where, you know, he's like speak Bloody Mary's name into a mirror 3 times and oh, she'll appear or something. I think that was like from a stupid horror movie. And everybody just became a pop culture reference. But I didn't know anything about it. But then, you know, like, you read up on history, it's like, what the fuck? What are you guys talking about? This lady just killed a bunch of Protestants. This Queen of England. To be fair, her father was a total tool. Who, married, had a daughter who was Bloody Mary, but then wanted a divorce. The Catholic Church wouldn't give him a divorce, so he became Protestant or something, married again, had like another couple children or something, then got divorced and then married a third time, and at that point he was just gone. What a weird dude. And then Bloody Mary took over and is like, well, fuck the Catholics or Protestants. Alright, like, right? Yeah, screw them. I feel ya. Oh, silly religious wars of the the Enlightenment stuff. Wee. Are we ever gonna get there? Well, it's only 85 miles. I really don't feel like we've been driving that long. But maybe that's because I have no knowledge of the passage of time when I've been watching, like, Kung Fu movies for the last 6 hours. But isn't that just the life? Am I missing something? What the hell else did I do today? Like, just sort of existed for like 12 hours. That was a lot of fun. You need those days sometimes where you just zone out, let the world eat your soul. Gotta enjoy some, like, cookies. I don't know, whatever you want, dog. It's your fucking day. There are no mistakes here, just happy little accidents. Good old Bob Ross. I feel like Bob Ross would be in for that kind of day. Not exactly like the Kung Fu movie thing, but, you know, that kind of day. Oh, this is the fucking on hold shit again. No, we're avoiding that like a fucking plague. Oh, so whatever. I don't care. I've heard all these songs like 8 million times at this point. The fact that we're gonna have to play this for like another 8 years to get all the DLCs is worrisome. I don't know how long it could last. With only like 8 roads. Maybe at some point I should start working towards achievements. You feel me? Like look them up, explore all the roads. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a little sightseeing sometimes. We don't need this money whoring thing out all the time. If I wanted that, I'd just go suck somebody's dick behind a fucking Home Depot. Sometimes we're here for the view. We're here for the mood. And we're here for me, of course. Ha, gotcha there. Fuck off. This mission is a goddamn disaster and I hate life. Anybody feel that way too? Woo! Almost drove off the road. I'm gonna scratch every part of my body. At least I have all the parts of my body. Alright, we gotta turn left, so we might as well get into the left-hand lane, naturally. Oh. You know, there's those roads with like fucking a stoplight intersection. This was bad, but anyway, you got your stoplight intersection, and then you get like the most left 2 lanes are turning left, right? Except, you know, one goes. Thanks, jackass. Anyway, one goes on the inside. One goes a little bit further out. So you're like, yeah, okay. But then there's like the trucks who want to end up in the right lane. So, you know, they get in the second to left lane, the one that goes on the outside. And they're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But then they've still got the fucking trailers that just don't end up well, and so they're taking up like both lanes, causing a traffic jam. They're turning, and it's like, thank God the person in the other lane waited. Otherwise, he might be a dead man. Don't fuck with a bunch of shit. Also, we just took a fuckload of damage from that car that just T-boned the shit out of us going 60 miles an hour. Somehow we're alive. You know, that's important. One more note before I end this. Anyway, I saw a fucking one of those trailers that a truck was pulling with a bunch of cars on the back. You know, like that sort of thing that we've pulled before. But this one was covered in the most totaled fucking cars of all time. Like, one was caved into, like, the fucking driver's seat from the passenger side. There was another one that just, like, lost its entire trunk. And then there were 2 of the same model that I couldn't see the damage. But, it was crazy. Anyway, I guess this is what we call an episode, right? How long have we been here? At least 15 minutes, so I'm gonna call it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Holy shit, we're up to a 4.2 rating. High five, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back. This was all you. This was all you. You know, I really couldn't have done it without you. I'm not even here. I'm a ghost. You're driving it. But, that's exciting. You know, I had back when I was younger and gullible as fuck, like 5 or something, my brother would have a friend over. And they'd be like playing video games like, hey guys, can I join? Except they're like, yeah, sure. go get this controller and you'll be the invisible player. I'm like, oh yeah, it's for sure, brah. And we're like skateboarding. And I was like, how am I doing? And they're like, you're doing great, and you're invisible. And it's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I believe it. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of American Truck Simulator, and I will see you next time for another drive. See you later.